Republican Senator Tommy Tuberville, who is a multimillionaire and a retired college football coach, had to say about Americans on Snap. Now, fair warning, this clip is from Morning Joe on MSNBC, and I have not watched a day of Morning Joe since he and, what's his wife's name? Mika, they went down and kissed Donald Trump's ring so that they wouldn't get kicked off the air like Joy Reid. They bent that fucking knee and now they posture like they are criticizing the regime. But anyway, this is where I found the clip, so this is where we're going to roll it from.
Democrats are getting a little bit tight right now. It's their constituents, a lot of them, that in some of these inner cities that they're going to need SNAP to survive, and they're getting a lot of calls, and the pressure is going to be put on them. A lot of people need to go back to work. A lot of young men that are on SNAP that should be working.
Anyhow.
No. Let's let that sink in. Mike, yeah.
Tommy Tuberville, the guy who held up the appointments in the Pentagon for several months out of, Senate procedure.
Yep.
I don't know that he knew a lot about football, given his overall coaching record.
Wow.
But I do know that he knows very little about American culture, American employment, and how the Congress ought to operate.
And the SNAP program and who it helps.
He's talking about the young men in his state.
Yeah, I mean,
for example.
that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
that's what we've been saying is,
Talking
again,
about
is Tommy
families, children.
Tuberville thinking he's talking about people that live in Brooklyn? Or is he talking about people that live in Demopolis, Alabama, that live in Bessemer, that live around Birmingham, Mobile? I mean, you go through, you're like, this is the ignorance of a lot of these Republican leaders, Willie. They think that they're owning the libs when, in fact, it's their constituents who disproportionately take from the government. It's their constituents who disproportionately, as far as tax money goes, who disproportionately are impacted by Medicaid cuts. It's his people that are going to be just completely hammered by SNAP benefits. I know Alabama. I love Alabama. You don't have to drive too far out of Mountain Brook to understand there are a lot of good people in Alabama that need Medicaid, that need SNAP benefits, and a lot of them are people that voted for Donald Trump.
There's only so much of Joe that I can take, but there are some valid points there. But I would just like to expand a little bit more on what multimillionaire Tommy Tuberville had to say and how he's full of shit. He's using Republican talking points that are about to backfire real hard. You cannot shame SNAP recipients when those are the voters that you're trying to court. You're telling bald-faced lies